How's it going, everyone? It's Gadgets Boy, and in this video we have the iPhone 14 Pro Max in deep purple in 1TB variant as well. So let's unbox it and just have a quick look and see what's new and what it's all about. Boom, so here it is. So straight away on the cover itself, you can tell which color you've actually purchased on there, and we just quickly unbox this. This is always very a neat packaging. Remember when this used to be plastic? There we go. Let's get that out of the box. Nice. At first glance, it might be hard to tell on camera that this is actually purpley shade of color, but in person you can see straight away that this is purple, very purple, almost like the same sort of shade of purple around that area. But look at that, it looks really nice. Let's peel this off. Oh, satisfying. That to the side for a second. There's no charger in the box, obviously, that's no longer a thing. And we have our USB to Lightning cable there, you can see, and underneath this area we don't get the in-ear headphones anymore. As you know by now, if you've purchased an iPhone recently or in the last couple of years, you got your SIM ejector tool there, which is the typical one we get all the time. I wonder when they'll ditch that from their packaging. And then just some booklet, and we still get the good old sticker in there, Apple sticker. Nice, thanks Apple. Let's take a closer look at the phone. Put it next to the iPhone 13 Pro Max, as you can see next to it there, and I think this is the space blue, I think that was the color. It looks very similar. You can see there's not much of a difference in terms of the design. Perhaps the camera lenses itself, in themselves, they slightly protrude a bit longer outwards compared to the 13 Pro Max, as you can see there, but the power button's still on the same side. Everything else is still pretty much the same. SIM ejector, SIM card area is pretty much the same. Fingerprint is already all over the device. Charging ports on the bottom, as always. Nothing's really changed in that area at all. But yeah, it doesn't feel any heavier or anything like that. Pretty much the same dimensions. All right, so while the setup is still in progress, I've restored things from iCloud. So it takes a bit of time for things to download from the cloud and get back to the state that my iPhone 13 Pro Max was in. But anyway, just looking at it quickly, it's very smooth because it's running that latest Apple chip in there, which is really good. I think it's the A16, so it's running pretty smoothly, no glitch, nothing there at all. Of course, we have that new display island, which is right at the top, as you can see there. I kind of like it. I think it's one of the best use of implementation of using that area without just making it stand out as a notch. So that notch is slightly smaller in that sense because they've just pushed it down and gotten rid of that little gap at the top there, which is not bad at all. Obviously with the new iOS as well, you get all the new features. For example, setting up your, let me just unlock that, setting up your wallpaper from there by just tapping and holding it, and then you can just customize it, add different widgets. For example, on mine, I've got the location's not turned on, but weather's there, and whatever I've got on my calendar would go in that corner there, ready to go. So you can see sort of like the animation that you get up there. One of the ways I could probably show that is if we did, timer. So if we go to clock, and we did timer, and if I start that timer there, I can easily just push it right to the top so you can see that animation there. And if I was to lock the screen as well, this will come on the home screen just at the bottom, as you can see there, and I can just tap that I can just open it back up, and if I go back to the timer there, so you can see it's pushed to the top, a bit of like multitasking, so I can tap that and come back into my timer without having to, go up like I usually would and swipe to go back to timer, which is pretty smart. I think it's a quirky, smart way to implement a feature and utilize that area there so things work properly. Of course, we have other things like switching on your battery percentage right up top there. So if you go to battery settings, we can switch that on there to show battery percentage, or don't show it at all, entirely up to you. Amongst various other things like undoing your messaging, but those are software features that's on here that you can also get on things like the iPhone 13 Pro Max. So I wouldn't want to go through that just yet right now. Camera-wise, things are still the same in terms of settings, so you can still, do your slow-mo and photo and all that kind of stuff, but they've improved the actual hardware. So the lens is slightly brighter, so you should get brighter photos when shooting low light especially, and get sharper details when shooting when lighting condition is completely fine. This is going to attract a lot of fingerprints, so the best thing to do is probably to get a case for it so you don't fall into that trap. Otherwise, you can get Apple cloth and walk around with it all the time and get things wiped off. But it's hard to notice the color unless you shimmer it against the right lighting condition, as you can see there. But otherwise, I think I dig it. I really like it. I like the finishing. It feels premium as always. And I can't wait to get this fully set up and actually go out, take some photos with it and all that jazz and show you guys what this is all about. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and Twitter as well, because I'll be sharing some photos on there, some comparison photos that I take when I'm out and about. London's a great place to to test cameras, and I'm also going to Canada, so I'll be taking some photos there over the weekend as well. And that's it for the iPhone 14 Pro Max in deep purple 1TB variant. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Is it worth the upgrade from the previous edition, iPhone 13 Pro Max? Is it worth it? Let me know in the comments below. If you have any questions, drop them there as well. And if there's anything you guys want to see in terms of comparisons, reviews, and all that kind of stuff, drop them there as well. Let me know. And yeah, if this is your first time, as always, please do subscribe and smash the bell notification. And I shall see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.